Good morning, I'm Specialist Starken, and today I'll be giving a class on 9-line medevac. Before we start, the risk assessment is low. We are in an indoor environment, so don't slip and or trip, and stay hydrated. Task: request medical evacuation. Conditions: you have a casualty requiring medical evacuation. You will need operational communications equipment, medevac request format, and unit signal operation instructions. Some iterations of this task should be performed in mod. Standards: transmit a 9-line medevac request, providing all necessary information as quick as possible. Transmit, as a minimum, line numbers 1 through 5 during the initial contact with the evacuation unit, and transmit lines 6 through 9 while the aircraft or vehicle is en route, if not included during the initial contact. At this time, I will be performing a high-speed demonstration. Please watch. Bravo 5, this is Victor 2, request 9-line medevac. Line 1, Tree 4, 0 Tree 902, November, 808222, Whiskey. Line 2, Charlie Tango. Line 3, Tree Alpha. Line 4, Delta. Line 5, Alpha Tree. Line 6, November. Line 7, Charlie. Line 8, Tree Alphas. Line 9, none applicable. That completes the task at full speed. Now I will go over a step-by-step demonstration of the task. Line 1, location of the pickup site. Line 2, radio frequency, call sign, and suffix. Line 3, number of patients by precedence. Encrypt this information using the following brevity codes: Alpha, urgent; Bravo, urgent surgical; Charlie, priority; Delta, routine; Echo, convenience. If 2 or more categories are reported in the same request, insert the word break between each category. Line 4, special equipment required. Encrypt this information using the following brevity codes: Alpha, none; Bravo, hoist; Charlie, extraction equipment; Delta, ventilator. Line 5, number of patients by type. Encrypt this information by using the following brevity codes: Lima, number of litter patients; Alpha, number of ambulatory patients. If requesting medevac for both types, insert the word break between the litter entry and the ambulatory entry. Line 6, wartime. Security of pickup site. Encrypt this information using the following brevity codes: November, no enemy troops in area; Papa, possible enemy troops in area, approach with caution; Echo, enemy troops in area, approach with caution; X-ray, enemy troops in area, armed escort required. Line 6, peacetime. Number and type of wound, injury, or illness. Line 7, method of marking the pickup site. Encrypt this information using the following brevity codes: Alpha, panels; Bravo, prototechnic signal; Charlie, smoke signal; Delta, none; Echo, other. Line 8, patient nationality and status. Encrypt this information using the following brevity codes: Alpha, U.S. military; Bravo, U.S. civilian; Charlie, non-U.S. military; Delta, non-U.S. civilian; Echo, enemy prisoner. Line 9, seaborne contamination. Encrypt this information using the following brevity codes: November, nuclear or radiological; Bravo, biological; Charlie, chemical. Line 9, peacetime. Terrain description. Then transmit the medevac request. Contact the unit that controls the evacuation necessities. Make proper contact with the intended receiver. Use effective call sign and frequency assignments. Give the following in the clear: I have medevac request. Wait 1 to 3 seconds for a response. If no response, repeat the statement. Transmit the medevac information in the proper sequence. State all line numbers in clear text, then call sign and suffix in line 2 may be transmitted in clear text. Line numbers 1 through 5 must always be transmitted during the initial contact with the evacuation unit, and lines 6 through 9 may be transmitted while the aircraft or vehicle is en route. Follow the procedure provided in the explanation column of the medevac request format to transmit other information required. Pronounce letters and numbers according to appropriate radio telephone procedures. End the transmission by stating over. Keep the radio on and listen for additional instructions or contact the evacuation unit. Keep the radio on and listen for additional instructions or contact from the evacuation unit. At this time, I will let my soldiers practice the task to make sure they are performing and understanding the task correctly. Now that my soldiers have had enough time to practice, we will begin evaluations. I will restate the task conditions and standards. Task: request medical evacuation. Conditions: you have a casualty requiring medical evacuation and you need operational communications equipment, medevac request format, and unit signal operation instructions. Some iterations of this task should be performed in MOP. Standards: transmit a 9-line medevac request providing all necessary information as quickly as possible. Transmit, as a minimum, line numbers 1 through 5 during the initial contact with the evacuation unit. Line 6 through 9 while the aircraft or vehicle is en route, if not included during the initial contact. As my soldiers perform the task, I will observe and record the results. I will determine task proficiency as trained, needs practice, or untrained. Should soldiers fail their evaluation, I will brief them a time and place for reevaluation, and I will report my assessment to my senior leadership. At this time, I will gain accountability of all my equipment used to train. Now we will conduct an AAR. What was supposed to happen was we will conduct class on 9-line medevac. What happened? With the commander's intent, we conducted class on 9-line medevac. Sustains, improves. Today we went over task of conducting 9-line medevac. The overall risk assessment was low with no new assessments assigned. Now I will conduct my final inspection. This concludes my class.